Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're gonna get started on Kamen Rider Ichi-Gata. Rockin' Hopper. Rockin' Hopper! It's fun to review Kamen Rider stuff. I can't express that enough for me. This is always gonna be something that's truly enjoyable. I really just love the series. But outside of my bias, let's talk about the fact that this is probably one of the best tributes to Kamen Rider 1 released. I gotta say it. That isn't Kamen Rider 1, obviously, but it is a tribute to him. It's just styled in the classic old school blue colors, the red pops. He was awesome in the movie. I love the new technology update to it. It just looks absolutely fantastic, and I don't know what else to say. Obviously, this was a P Bandai, so it's not going to be cheap unless you live in Japan or you got it at a really good middleman site. But listen, this toy is just fun. It's one of those things that the design screams a universal fun for everyone to enjoy. I had tons of people comment because I posted it on I think Twitter and Instagram, and then a bunch of people talk about how they didn't even know what it was and it looked so cool. And you know what? I wish more people jumped into stuff like this because they visually like it and then they actively go try it. That's how you become a fan of something, right? You got to try it to be a fan of it. And Rockin' Hopper is definitely a very nice entry point visually to try something. This is why I'm glad 01 is coming to the States. But anyway, let's talk about this damn toy. Oh, Rockin' Hopper. You're so pretty. Look at this. The compound eyes look utterly fantastic. Like, I'm serious. Like, they look really, really good. We have our horns, our antenna, or V-fin, whatever you want to call it. We have our red collar to reference the Rider 1 scarf. And as you can see, there is a lot of room for movement and articulation due to the helmet design, allowing us to move around very nicely. And it's just, I really do love it, for real. We can even look all the way up, which allows us to do cool punching moves. Our shoulder pads are connected to the arms. Therefore, when we are moving our arms up to do a T-pose, there is no issues whatsoever. As you can see here, he has a nice bulking design that shows that he's clearly not a super skinny figure, but he's also not super bulky either. As you can see, that waist rotation to the right or for your left and vice versa. We have a backwards rotation, which looks utterly fantastic. And our forward crunch is equally as nice, but the problem is we have our armor padding here. So that's going to get in the way. But because you can twist and turn, it allows for a little bit more room for you to get around. Don't worry about the sound of that. That's just the plastic doing its job. We have a drop down joint. Actually, correction. I'm sorry. This uses some new parts, so there is no drop down joint. But we can lift our legs straight up. We can actually tuck and roll our thigh armor around. I don't know why I said tuck and roll. That was a wrong choice of words. But we can actually lift our leg up. And we are double jointed. We can rotate in. Our belt swivels to get us extra room in case we need to move something out of the way. Most of the time it's going to stay still though. Our ankle pivot, we have a forward movement. We have backwards. We have a toe pivot, and we can tilt inward and outward. So we actually get a lot of room on that ankle. I know lately I've been feeling a little jaded about that, but that's not the issue here today. Oh, sorry, by the way. We are indeed double jointed. I forgot to show that earlier. I'm getting a little too excited. But yeah. So as you can see here, Ichi-Gata can look really, really good doing some poses. Like, I mean, really good. Look at that. If you don't want to get them like that, let's talk about some kick poses as we do a standard side kick. Let's see if we can get our articulation there. Now, we're going to worry about this thigh pad and see if it folds in. And that's probably going to be one of our issues. So we can't get our thigh pad to fold in, right? So we try to fold it over. So they leave a little bit of room there to fold it over. But you won't be able to get really far up. So that's going to be your one downside. You can't do an extended side kick, right? But you can kick forward and backwards, rotating that backwards. So you can get a high kick this way, but it won't be any other way. We took out some crouching poses, right? We have our nice butterfly joints. So yeah, there's not a lot to cover with this guy. He's basically a hand-to-hand combatant doing hand-to-hand stuff. I wish he did come with more hands, especially stuff like bike riding hands and stuff like that. But they only gave him his open palms, rider pose hands, and the fist. So you can see him here posed up, looking real nice. But we're going to talk about our hands, right? You always got to be ready to give those out. Now, Oop, as I just previously stated, we only get a couple sets of hands. These are your open action hands. There we go. There we go. You'll get these. As you can see, oh, chose the wrong one. There I go tripping. These are your open, relax action hands. Then you will get your Rider 1 posing reference hands. So this is going to be your open palm, and this is going to be your Rider chop hand. This can also be used for the signature pose when you henshin and when you well, henshin means transform, but you know what I mean. So yes, you don't get much, unfortunately. This is one of those things where the design was so nice, they decided to do it. Everyone wanted it, and we got it. It's kind of like it when we wanted Rider 4, except we actually got Ichi-Gata, and we didn't get Rider 4. Right? I wish Rider 3 had done better, so that we would have gotten it. But as you can see here, this guy is simply so clean. His Force Riser does not have the stickers. None of them do. I'm really hoping that SHF Upgrade decides that they're going to do a sticker set from him. And yeah, it's just, like I said, clean design, clean look. I really just want more of this kind of stuff. And hopefully we'll get it. I really am. So without further ado, I'm going to take the time to show him off in a size comparison. So give me a couple seconds to grab some figures, and then we'll get to it. Alright guys, now we're going to get into size comparisons, and I think first things first, we should compare to Rider 1 clones and tributes and other things like that. So here is Rider 3 from the Drive movie. I figured he was a good start, right? This is on an older body, looking real nice. Then we have Rider 1 from the Ghost movie, which is all armored up and modernized, right? Then we have Rider 1 himself, out here looking mean in these streets, and this is the renewal version. So as you can see, size-wise, we actually had something really nice here going on, as they all look similar or really nice to themselves in some shape or form. I'm actually going to have Rider 3 fight Ichi-Gata, because I really like those two colors popping against each other, the yellow versus the red. But yeah, so let's move these guys out of the way. Excuse me. And then let's compare to some other 01 stuff. Not a lot. I'm going to do Assault Shining Hopper. And then I'm also going to do 001. Because these guys actually fight in the movie as well too. So expect some photos of these two, right? His body is slightly bulkier up top and thinner on the bottom. Meanwhile, this guy's kind of evened out, right? It just looks so nice. So happy. So now let's compare it to some other stuff, because these came out really, really nice. I really like the 01 figures. I think they have some of the best suit designs, and they actually translate pretty well as toys. I really do. Here we are with a Marvel Legends Nova. Here we are with a G.I. Joe Firefly. And as you can see with the Hasbro stuff, Ichi-Gata is smaller, but he looks good, but just so much smaller in terms of height. Now, when we compare it to a Hasbro Lightning Collection, and this would be technically their Sentai counterpart for Power Rangers, Ichi-Gata still is indeed smaller, but body-wise and proportion-wise, I think he works a little bit better with the Lightning Collection stuff. Then we have an Articulated Icons Ninja, which is definitely on the smaller side and fits pretty well with most Kamen Rider stuff, no lie. We have a Mezco Me, right? And there will be no Kuga here today, because this is strictly already, we have tons of Kamen Rider. So I figured it'd be nice to just leave Kuga out, give him a rest for a bit. And then last but not least, we're going to do a Mythic Legions Fury Orc, right? Show you about the bigger characters when you want to hustle up and get some muscle, right? These guys all look fantastic. And if you really want to get crazy, right? We'll throw the Guardian Predator in, just to show you how much smaller he is. Overall, it's fun. I really, really like these. And I like the idea of just having a good time with my Kamen Rider stuff. Reviewing it brings me a lot of joy, and hopefully it brings you guys some too. As always, guys, I gotta say thank you for watching. Thank you for always viewing my stuff, sharing it, trying out Kamen Rider too as well. That's actually pretty dope of you guys. I appreciate you all. And as always, please, be good, do good. Drink your water, guys. Later.